Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle, and here we go.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time...
Mbappe! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. This is Dembele. That's a nicely shaped ball. Mbappe, can he finish? Goal! Corinthians! Corinthians take the lead. Swift, incisive, deadly, all done in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, I had a feeling we were going to see something like this, Peter. They're always looking to lure and lunge at you and hit you on the break. It's very nicely done.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Leicester, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, it's Dembele!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Passing nice and neat. Dembele, and he's had a hit! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Dembele is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Threads one in. Takes a shot! It's there! They are right back in business!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
He's in it. It's Rui Costa. Goes for a shot! Goal! Corinthians! And they're back in front. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass.
Shot a goal! Oh, surely that deserved better.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Paz. Now it's Mbappe. Forlan, looking for the run. Danger averted for now. Nicked it back promptly. Mateus. Mbappe.
Will be 3 minutes added time.
That is expertly dealt with. Dembele. Dembele! He scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. And it's half-time here. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford...
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Mbappe. Edmilson. Cruyff. And it's Cruyff. And that's put paid to a promising move.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Forlan. Rummenigge being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Rummenigge. Paz. Cleared without complication. And they've got a throw. And it's Forlan. He's going for goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Early ball out from the back. Raul. Shot, surely!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Substitution for Corinthians. Number 14, Dembele. Coming on
Forlan
the field
picks it up out
is
wide,
number 20.
and he gets rid in a hurry. Cruyff tries to pass it through. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. He won't be happy with that one. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Picked out brilliantly. Can he finish? Forlan. Raul. Now it's Cruyff. Vardiol cuts it out. Raul. Forlan. And Paz. Mbappe. Shapes to shoot! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Rummenigge. That has not gone well. Chiellini.
There will be 1 minute added
1
time.
minute to add according to the board. And time is up. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the
Hello, everybody,
camaraderie.
and
The
welcome to
fans have
today's
pulled out
match.
all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Rummenigge. Beckham.
Yeah, we get to see this more and more, defenders popping up in these positions.
And we have our very first corner. He rises! Goal! Japan! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So, a breakthrough already. Shot at goal! Goal! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
That really is quite fabulous. Oh, Van Jordi Alba could try cutting in. Gets his head on it! Goal! Japan! And they're back in front. Terrific header. He met that with aplomb.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box.
And the shot! It's run, and it's come back out to him. And the keeper couldn't hold it. Sticks it away. A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And it's made its way to him. Good take. Decent chance! It's there! And the comeback is complete!
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And that was very necessary. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. And that is out of play. Ball's out. It'll be a throw-in again. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Paz. And it's Fallout. Here's a player who has defined a generation. And it's
Nearly
Hazard.
3 minutes at a time.
It's come to nothing. And claimed it back swiftly. Hazard tries a shot! And he hits the net! And once more we are all square. And the first 45 minutes are up. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides. And that's the second half started. That looks a cracking ball. Just the goalkeeper to beat. Takes a shot! It's in! And again they hit the front. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And that has been clubbed away. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Forlan. Oh, cracking chance for a shot. He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. They've scored! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Played back in, but terrific header! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances.
That's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, they seem intent on marking them out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Jordi Alba. And it's Batistuta. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, that should get the job done. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Salah looking for options for movement. Rodri cuts out the pass. And now they can clear their lines. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Oh, well played, well sorted out. That's a good-looking ball. No, that's been intercepted. Forlan. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And here's Mohamed Salah. Rodri spots it and intercepts. Well, there's the clearance. Now it's Van Basten. Van Basten distributed tidily. And that's aimed into the middle. Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, it's very well timed. The delivery like that with the right amount of pace and width can be a nightmare to defend against.
Corner number 2 then. Big header!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Jordi Alba. Oh, that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And now they can spring out of defence. Looking tidy in possession here. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And they're quick to get it back. 4 extra minutes added on. And here's Van Basten. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Substitution.
Japan making consecutive changes here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
That's that, the end. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Mohamed Salah claiming the... So bring it on. Hike expectation, emotion.
Hello,
The
everybody,
game
and
yet to kick
welcome
off.
to today's
The
match.
excitement already palpable. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So off we go then. Well, a 6'6", and with that sort of a physique, Jim, Daniel van Velden was only ever going to be a monstrous centre-half, wasn't he?
Yeah, and a very good one at that. The first Belgian, I believe, to become a European champion at club level.
Yes, he was. And to do that, you've got to be pretty handy.
That's good defensive concentration.
Looking for the run, and he welcomes him. Big chance! He scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
So the game's first... Rummenigge! He has done it! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Now that looks a decent ball. Now that's well seen too. And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's Kaka. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Now it's Forlan. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Kaka. Rice has created one goal already. Plays the return pass. Now it's Lewandowski. Has a shot! Well, that's caused a worry or two.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Serginho. Cannavaro. Shifted upfield. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Swung over. Now he's off and running.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Kaka. And the shot! Really well taken goal. And again they hit the front. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage, he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute, it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
And yes, it's him again. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? And it's Serginho. Tries to pass it through. Played into the middle.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Guardiola is there and he can get that clear. Shapes to shoot! Goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. He gave it plenty and there's the end of the first half. And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. João Cancelo. Aimed beyond the defence. It's a promising position. Deep cross. Paz with the clearance.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Spread neatly. Kaká receives it in a wide position. He's got two! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Lewandowski is offering a wry smile there.
And this is Mohamed Salah. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Rice does have his name on the score sheet, of course. João Cancelo. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. That's Cannavaro. And it's Rice. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now Kaká. Serginho providing an outlet on that flank. There's the header! Just cruising! They are cruising! And they are pulling clear here. Simple, certain, effective. He just guided it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's a key interception. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Robertson. Serginho. Rice. Played out towards the right wing. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. The final 5 minutes. Played back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Played out to the left flank. Oh, this looks sharp. Spread it left. Serginho with acres of space out wide.
At a time.
And it's hoisted clear. And that's that. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
Hello,
How would you
everybody,
sum up
and
what
this
we've
is a
witnessed? Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway.
Isn't it a real pleasure to be able to see the Dutchman Ronald Koeman? He's got to be one of the best ever attack-minded centre-backs, a playmaking centre-back actually, and he can step into midfield and spray a pass with top precision.
Yeah, there's a beautiful purity about the way he strikes the ball.
And he can smack one too. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Bullet is offering some sort of an apology there.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. It's a good spell of possession, this. And here's Mohamed Salah. He's going for goal! Nesta goes direct. Looking for the run. Nicely intercepted. Still goalless. Passing is crisp and sharp. No, that's been intercepted. Cruyff. Now it's Romario. And that pass just didn't quite work. And he's managed to get rid. And it's Cruyff. Always onto this. He might be in, shoots! Goal! Manchester United! The breakthrough strike! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Played in deep. Up he goes! It's there! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible and the finish unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Cruyff. Now it's Romario. Raul. And it's made its way to him. Engages and forces him off the ball. Oh, that's a key interception. Can he get it through? Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Has a look and plays it forward. And there's the end of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. How would you review the first half?
I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them. They stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow. Oh, he's been chance! Oh, the ball's come loose here.
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Out again for a throw-in. Forlan gets into a good position. Goes for a shot!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping. I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
A Slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And we have our very first corner. Oh, what has happened here? And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, that's well spotted. That's a little off target. Just about up to the hour now. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Manchester United needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Rummenigge, shot a goal! And he comes up trumps again. It's their second corner of the game. That has been knocked clear. Casillas, a true great in every sense of the word. Cleared away. Now it's Bullet. So what can they make of this? Kimmich kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And he was quick to react. Raul, closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Rummenigge is onto this.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's played forward.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should.
And the finish!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Substitution.
Raul. And here's Forlan. He's got away. Leicester, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Mohamed Salah, looking tidy in possession here. There's a no-nonsense tackle.
This is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up next.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. And they've got rid. Well, that pass isn't the best. And he plays one through. That's been cut out, well played.
There will be 3
Casillas
minutes added
gets
time.
it away. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Forlan. That's that, the end. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Rummenigge voted man of the match, and deservedly
I'm
so.
afraid to tell you that we were expecting traffic to...
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're up and running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, I think we have another one here who's a member of the Catalan school of total football and the type of player that is very much their speciality. This guy, Fermin Lopez, I have to wonder what it is with them and elite central midfielders. But he's going to be, if everything works out, that is, he's going to be up there with the best of all.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. That looks a cracking ball.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Looking for the run. He is through here. Oh, such a clever touch. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Rummenigge, well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him. Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Chance for a shot!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mateus. And it's Shevchenko. Shevchenko! And it's a goal! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
Hearts have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
That's been slipped through. Beckenbauer. Raul. That's a sharp pass. Rummenigge. That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Paz.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Costa Curta. More and more pressure on the ball here. Raul. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, this looks sharp. Passes short and sharp. Raul. Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Chance! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Fermin. Good, strong midfield running here. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Shoots! Van Bronckhorst! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Well, let's just consider that one a rangefinder, Peter. It certainly wasn't troubling the goalkeeper.
And here's Mohamed Salah. That's been cut out, well played. Mateus gets it away. And they win it back again. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. The ball goes in. Has with the clearance. And back to the keeper. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Van Bouten. And it's Cancelo. And he welcomes it in. There it is! Oh, nicely intercepted. Van Bronckhorst. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Oh, terrible pass. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mateus. Probing pass. And he was quick to react. Rijkaard. Turns back here, probably the best option. Forlan. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Mateus.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Fermin. Rijkaard. And it's Lopez. Has a look and plays it forward. Rummenigge. Now it's Forlan. And that has been clubbed away.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Aims beyond the defence. Big chance! And that is the last effort of the game. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, efforts at times. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're underway.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Aims beyond the defence. He's got away. He saw the take. Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. And it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
This for the lead. Golden opportunity wasted.
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Oh, that was vital. And that has been clubbed away. And here's Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah! Decent enough try.
Mohamed Salah certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Now it's Mbappe. And there's green grass ahead of him. Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Oh, it's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Manchester United with the corner. They're first. Bruno Fernandes, who's short. And now a sudden chance to counter. And he's there to make the challenge. Not the most accurate pass. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Well, there's the clearance. That could spell trouble. Rummenigge. Paz. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have a chance! Has another go! Goal! Manchester United! Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Number 9.
A 1-0 lead established.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Oh, some tackle that. Goes down, but nothing given. Paz showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Raul. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And he's forced to go back. Beckenbauer. Raul. Here's Forlan. And it's Rijkaard.
There will be 1 minute added
Mbappe.
time.
Beckenbauer makes... And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Forlan goes on a charge down the left. Rummenigge in acres of space out wide. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Forlan is eyeing up his options in the middle.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
Substitution for Manchester United. Number 14, Van Dijk. Number 7, Aracey. Coming on the
He's
field,
gone full.
number 37.
Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
There's some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Pops him off it and wins back the ball. That is good alertness. Quality ball. Now it's Cruyff. And it's Otto. And the shot! He's got to be quick to recover this. He's shifting through the gears here. And he's gone looking for safety. And that's a good ball. And he shoots! It's a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Manchester United are sitting. It's Bale! Could be danger here. Can he finish? Relentless! Just relentless! And they are pulling clear here. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was all.
And that's it. And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.